Hey guys, it's Natalie. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be going over my July wrap-up. I read 13 books, which is more than I read in like the first half of the year. So, a little pat on the back moment. I'm really excited. I have read nearly entirely fantasy, and that's okay. We're working through the other books now, and I really hope you guys enjoy this wrap-up. So let's jump into it. I feel like the best way to do wrap-ups is like in chronological order, and if I did not have a Goodreads, I wouldn't remember what books I read, if I'm gonna be honest with you, especially when it's like this many books, although 2 of them are series, so 8 of the 13 are just because I read a series. But anyways, if you guys want to follow me on Goodreads, if you just look up, I think Mindful Creatives, it should pop up, or if you look me up as Natalie Knudsen, which is my author name, as I am an author, on Goodreads, you can find me that way as well. Hopefully the photo is updated. I may have blonde hair in that photo. I have black hair now. But again, it's me. My face is the same, at least mostly. So yeah, so anyways, feel free to add me on Goodreads if you feel so inclined, but let's go ahead and start with the first group of books that I read, which I will also have my video of my vlog of reading these linked down below. But that is Rick Riordan's The Percy Jackson series, and I loved these. I really want to read The Heroes of Olympus next. I do really enjoy these, and I think they're really cute and really wholesome, and I just love the humor in them. I love Grover. He's probably my favorite character. Just really, really good. I can't recommend it enough. Struggling. Oh. Hello? And again, I will have my review of these and everything linked down below if you want more details on what I thought of these books, but essentially this is, for those that don't know, if you're a newbie to the Percy Jackson series, as I once was, these books are about young half-bloods who are half god and half human, who live on the earth that train to be the warriors of the gods and to go on quests for them and basically take care of their dirty work, more or less. And it's a really interesting story about these young kids that grow into teenagers and eventually adults, and you just get to see the characters grow up and evolve and develop their powers and their strengths even more, and it's just cute. You should read it. So the next 3 books that I read were I think Bared to You, let's check, Entwined with You, Reflected in You by Sylvia Day. They're the Crossfire series. This is like an adult romance series. I really just felt, I guess I was feeling the love because I just really wanted to read just like a classic romance. It was good. It was fine. I really liked it. I think I gave it like 3 stars. Oh, I did not read this book, but I would probably give it like 3.5 out of 5. I think the story is really interesting. The story is weirdly really similar to like 50 Shades of Grey, which is a spin-off of like I think Twilight characters or something like that. So there's the whole thing. But I really liked them. I think they were good. I think if you like adult romance, you would like these books. I know they're like some of like the best known, most loved in that genre, and I don't typically read adult romance. I like a lot more like action and adventure kind of mixed in, where the romance isn't the main plot. But I think after reading Serpent and Dove, which was kind of more of a like YA romance with some action in it, I think I was kind of like craving like the true romance. So yeah, so I read those next and I liked them. I thought they were good. Full 180 after that, I read Pet. And this is a book by an author who has won several awards, I believe, for this book, and they did an amazing job with it. It is as incredible, sorry if you hear the shaking. My tripod is attached to my shaky lamp. Anyways, so I read this book and I loved it. It was so good. It was so insightful. I really loved the characters. I loved Jam. I loved just the dynamic between her and Redemption. I thought was so sweet and so endearing. I think Pet itself was really an interesting character and an interesting dynamic, and not what I was expecting at all, which I think made it even more interesting. And it was heartbreaking, it was heart-wrenching, but it was real, and all the characters I think were very authentic, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I applaud the author. I think they did such a beautiful job with this book, and they definitely deserve the awards that they've won. So I really, really loved this, and I definitely recommend it. The reason I don't have it to show is because I lent it to my coworker because I was like, Lang, you have to read this. Because I think he would, oh, the shaking is bothering me. me because I was like, he would love this. So it is in good hands. I expect it to hopefully be returned someday. But yes, so that is the next book I read, and I really, really enjoyed it. Like I said though, it was a little heavy, and so because of that, I wanted to kind of go into more fantasy again. We love escapism. And so after Pet, I read The Infernal Devices, and these books were all really good, really interesting. I liked book 2 the best. This series, in my opinion, is not nearly as good as the Mortal Instruments series. I think that one, like, hands down was so incredible, and I have yet to read the, is it Chain of Gold series or whatever, the Dark Artifices. That series I've not read. I think I will eventually, just because I did pick up another series by her and enjoyed it. And so yeah, I think I gave these anywhere from like 4 to 3, maybe 1, 4.5 or 5 stars, but they were okay. I think, like, again, the second book was the best, and the third book was like pretty good. I don't know if it's just the setting or what it was. I feel like there was just so much focus on like the romance of it, and like I feel like a lot was done and kind of seen and whatnot, but I didn't feel like that much happened. Like, I feel like this could have possibly been condensed into just one, like, bigger like a 500 or 600 page standalone book. I just feel like it kind of dragged at certain points, but that being said, I did really like it. I love the characters. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with Jem. He is so sweet, and like, oh my gosh, and reading, not gonna lie, reading the epilogue in The Clockwork Princess made me really happy, because that's all I wanted through the whole thing. And so if you don't want to be spoiled, don't read the epilogue until you finish the book. But yeah, I really did like these books though. Again, not my favorite series by Cassandra Clare, but still good, still definitely worth the read. And then after that, I decided to get back into some serious stuff. So I'm reading Oryx and Crake right now. I'm about 100 pages in. I'm definitely going to be carrying this on to next month, but I'll probably finish it in a day or two, I would say. It's the 31st today, so it's going to happen, and that's fine. I really like it. I think it's a really interesting book. We're kind of getting snapshots in time, and I feel like they're all going to kind of blend together and become, you know, the present moment where we originally started, and I think it'll be really good. I'm really enjoying the characters and the descriptions. It's very Orwell, like it's very George Orwell-esque. It reminds me of that. But of course, Margaret Atwood is well known for her dystopian novels in and of itself. And so I'm really excited to finish this, and I think that, yeah, I think that's gonna be really good. And then on top of that, I just sucker punched through this book because I was thinking about it, and I was like, why did I never finish this book? Why did I not read this? And I think after doing the stay-at-home book tag, I was like, I really should read the other book and then get more of Trisha Levenseller's novels, because they're great. They're really so good. And so I finished this, and I remember reading parts of it. I think I started reading it like halfway through the book, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember like the second half, like mostly the second half, but not all of it. And then I didn't remember the beginning, so I don't know what I was doing. If I just skimmed this like a traitor, I probably did that. Like one night, like half asleep reading, and I'm like, I'll start in the middle. That aside, I loved this book. I think it was so good. I really enjoy the humor in it. I think Raiden is, you know, he is the ride or die Raiden, and I appreciate that. I think that seeing, you know, Alosa really connect with her mother, I think it's almost like the like wounds and the uncertainty and the anxiety she held was patched up a little too quickly, in my opinion. But I think that, I mean, I'm not the daughter of the Siren Queen, so I don't know how I would react. But I really did love this book, and I think it's amazing, and it's just easily as good as the first one. And so, yeah, this series, this duology, definitely has a special place in my heart. I love them. They're so good. And I don't know if she wrote more for this. I don't think so. I think it's just the 2 books. I think it's a duology. But again, loved it. Can't recommend it enough. So those were the 13 books that I read this month. 12 and a half. because I am going to be finishing this. I think July was definitely a big fantasy month, but I do feel myself being drawn towards more of my like general fiction novels rather than specifically fantasy. I want to read a lot more of the dystopian novels on my list that are kind of the more obscure ones that I have not yet read, as well as finding more diverse dystopian novels to read as well, because I think that's really important. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you liked it. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up so I know. Feel free to leave any comments down below of any books that you guys have gotten through this month that have really stuck out to you, that you've really enjoyed. If you guys like seeing my face, feel free to subscribe to my channel if you feel so inclined. And I post videos almost every week. So typically every week, but it's kind of flexible. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.